And ladies and gentlemen, here we are again for another Monday night live. How exciting. Thank you so much for joining me. It's another one of those little very disorganized affairs that you know and love, maybe. Hopefully we can bang on through it. We didn't get one done last week. But there is a whole bunch of stuff to do again this week, so not a massive amount of new stuff that's come in, but there's enough to tell you about, and also just have a little bit of a hangout and a bit of a chat, as we always do. So with that in mind, as always, I'm going to spend the first 10 minutes just kind of getting to know who's in the room, saying hello to people, giving people a chance to get into the chat. If you're watching this on replay, then just skip ahead 10 minutes, just move on to 10 minutes, and then we'll be launching into it. And at that point, we'll then do the normal vlog. And then after that, if you're lucky, we might get joined by Mr. Todd, and then we can have a little bit of a chat, pay attention to what's going on in chat, and just shoot the breeze as usual. So hopefully it's going to be a fun little affair. I've had a little bit of a doze, had a little bit of a kip tonight, so I'm kind of almost awake. So what else have we got going on here? Flipping wars, there's a lot of you already. So what we've got is let's have this. I'm just going to scroll and stop. Geronimo, hello, thank you very much indeed. Thanks for letting me know that you got in via YouTube. I always am super interested to know whether you saw the link on my Facebook page, on my Vaping Biker Facebook page, or whether you saw the YouTube thing, because it helps me kind of identify what's happening. If you don't get a notification, make sure you do have the little bell turned on next to the subscribe button. What else have we got going on here? Dave Hurley, Monday's been boring as hell. Well, hopefully we can cheer that up a little bit for you, although I can't really promise. It may be more of pointing and laughing than anything else. What have we got? Javier Lobo. Hey man, what's up from South Africa? Hello, South Africa. Hello, Javier. Andy Ginger, Andy Fairchild, Schwarzy, Ryan Vapes. Hello to you lot. Johan Holmstrom. I think that might be right. Thank you very much for joining me. Dean Feeney, Sparkotron. There we go. We'll try that one. Hello. Jan H. Ahoy, hoy. Bonjour. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Andy Fairchild. I think have I said hello to you? I might have said hello to you already. Chestina Gloiner. That's a hell of a name. I like that. Monday afternoon. Well, Monday evening here, you know, where time is proper. Deborah Connor, evening. How you doing? Devon Johnson, Vincent there. You lot are challenging me on the names today. You really are. Vincent Tegenbos, let's say that one. Olivier Labourou, Lee Coleman, just so tough. I'm sorry if I've really butchered your names. I have tried. I do try. I'm very trying. Nikki Vapes, how you doing? Panzer NZ, Andy Fairchild. I have said hello to you this time. Michael Donaghy, Jack Peterson, TCG Vape, Rooney Plays, Ryan Vapes, L Ashton. Hey, how you doing, Lois? Gareth Martin, Jules Gilchrist. Whoop, that just went. Who have I missed? Have I missed impressive people? No, but you're all impressive. That came out so wrong. I didn't mean that at all. I'm sorry. Now then, Nikki Vapes, hello from Virginia. Hello from Virginia. George Gay, hello from Florida. Nice to see you. Nice that that you Americans are in there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Daniel, DJ LSB Vapes. I'm seeing a lot of people mentioning Daniel. Is he in the room? I think he might be. Who else we got? Vaping Slayer. Dun dun dun. I like that name. That's very cool. Keith Chenoweth, CJ Cohen. What's up? Boom! Straight back in the 90s. I like it. There we go. DJ LSB. Daniel, you are in. Hello, sir. How you doing? Thank you very much for joining me this evening. What have we got? 5 minutes. What's happened going on? What's happening? And I don't know how to say your name. Anwin, and ANNWN. I don't know how to pronounce that. There's not nearly enough vowels in there for me. But hello, it's a very excitable hello. So hello to you, evening chief, to the Surly Vapor. Thank you very much for joining me. Andrew Grant, morning. Are you on night shift or are you in a foreign country, Andrew Grant? Devgron, now you fucked this up. What? Probably. Don't know what you're on about, but there we go. Thank you very much for that constructive comment, Devgron. Andrew, unimpressive. Okay, you are. You've got you've got arrows going to yourself saying unimpressive. What? Sinistral, hello. I think it's from the moderate. The wind blew the R across. Hello from the moderately windy west coast of Scotland. Yes, I've heard it's getting quite ropey over there. If you're in Ireland, I hope you're safe, and if you're in kind of West Scotland, I also hope you keep safe. It's surprisingly windy down this neck of the woods as well. So yeah, that's a bit of a shocker. What else we got going on? Oh, hello, look, is Addy Tooney in the house as well? Bonjour. Lassie Overnin. Hi there, Dean. Cold in Finland this evening. Oh, well, it would be as Finland. It's kind of cold always, isn't it? Rory from Vermont. Nikki Vapes is from Virginia. Lovely job. Whoa, have I missed people? Have I missed people? I'm terribly sorry if I'm missing you. Schwarzy's in. Oh, there we go. See, I should add that to my notes. I should add that to my notes for the actual vlog section. Hold you on a second. Hold you on a second. Some of that. Boom. In. Right. That's a little reminder for in a little while. I've got no idea how long this is going to go on tonight. I've got no idea at all. But it might be a little bit of a little bit of a long one. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on. From Rosa Mystica Abateu from the Philippines. Thank you very much indeed for joining us all the way from the Philippines. One of the things I really like about this is the fact that there's people coming in from all over the world, and that really it blows my mind a little bit. You know, I'm old, so kind of when I could go into chat rooms and stuff in like 1993 maybe. No, 97, 98. Around that time, the idea that I could speak to people live and now I can just reach out and touch you. It's scary. Somebody's asked me, I would see this doesn't bode well, does it? Hey, it could be a bit of a waffle one. Hey, product placement. Now then. What else have we got going on? Hi, Dean from Nottingham, from Stony Scarlet's Wake. Shady Vapes. What have we got in here? Warren Lindsay. I don't think I was there. Great vid on staying strong. Yeah, I'll cover that in a little while, but thank you very much for your comment there, Warren. Lois, yes, I will cover the t-shirt thing in a little while as well. Alain, hello from Muscat, Oman. Oh, right, that's fantastic. Let's hope for a full Basado, Mr. Whiting says. I think it could be a full Basado, I think. Hang on, wait. I can't remember. Does Todd classify a full Basado as half an hour or an hour? It's definitely going to be a half an hour. It probably will be over an hour, to be fair. Steve Burns, hey, no touching. Oh, you like it. What have we got going on? Andy Wilson. Hello, Andy Wilson. Is that Andy Wilson? Andy Wilson? Is that the Andy Wilson that I was speaking to the other day? Andy Wilson. What else have we got going on? Henry Ford from Harlow in Essex. That's still a fantastic name, Henry. I like that a lot. Labworks Vapes. Morning from Australia. Good morning, Australia. Thank you very much indeed. New Zealand. Wow, we've got a fair whack of people in here today. So thank you very much for joining me. I don't really know how many people are watching. I don't really understand how these things work. But right, somebody who just asked there, Guy Bailey has asked. I know a Guy Bailey. I'm sure it's not the Guy Bailey that I know, but I know a Guy Bailey. Someone's asked how I clean my copper vapes, and it's this stuff that I've talked about in the past. This is Talk Town or Town Talk. Clean polish for brass and copper. It does need a little bit more action than sort of some of the auto sols and all that sort of stuff, but I do find it less abrasive. And also I got that dirty great big bottle off Amazon for like £8 or something, I think. So cheap as you like, and does a really, really good job. But like I say, you do have to be aware that you might need to have a little bit more patience, but the overall finish I think is much, much nicer. I gave the rig a quick polish before the review, Windy Pops, and I used the Town Talk stuff for that, and I really enjoyed it. Really like it. Really like it. There's 3 Andy Wilsons in the UK vape community. I'm the classy one. Well, I'm yet to meet a classy one. Right then, what do we got? Eric Van Dunn. Damn it, Dean, say hello to me already. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Cheers. Liam Shepherd, will I be reviewing the iJoy Captain PD270 mod? I have no plans to at the moment. So, yeah, nothing going on with that one currently, I'm afraid. What else have we got going? Kimmy Vapes. Oh, I didn't. Thank you very much. And go and check out Kimmy Vapes' channel if you haven't done so already. She's just been starting off. There's a few reviews up now, and she's finally gone full frame, full 1080p. I like that. Well done, Kimmy. Dustin Vapors in. Guybrush 3 would have said hello to you. I think I've pretty much covered a lot of the people that I'm seeing, to be honest with you. Drink your coffee out of a Vaping Biker mug for, I don't know how much, at vapingbiker.co.uk. Right. Oh, this first 10 minutes is going extra long. Do I normally do 5 minutes or do I do 10 minutes? This 10 minutes, we are about to jump into the regular vlog, I promise you. Let's talk vape. The Stentorian Ram. What? Is it worth getting as a first mech squonker? If so, with what RDA? Well, Mac, if only you knew your friendly neighborhood vaping biker had already done a review on the Ram, you could go and check it out and see what you think. I'm not a fan of the Switch, though. There we go. You looking front to Expo forward? I'm thinking that's supposed to be. Wes, are you going to be there on Saturday? Yes, I will be at Expo all the way through from hopefully going to be doing a little bit of the setup filming because I've actually planned a proper thing, so like a little mini film if it goes well, rather than just a normal vape vlog. I'm hoping to do something that's a little bit tastier, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm hoping to be there on the Thursday afternoon to just to film a few things going up, and then I will be there all the way through until Sunday afternoon. So yeah, we'll be getting there. What else then? JFM development. Wow, getting used to this iPhone is a pain in the ass. I don't know, it's 2-year-old technology. It should be easy. Samsung forever. Although, I don't know if any of you lot watch Unbox Therapy, but he revealed, there's the word, revealed the new Huawei Mate 10 Pro phone. If you like your phones, that looks the tits, just crazy good. So definitely go, if you like them, you haven't seen the Unbox Therapy, quick look at it, go and check that bad boy out. Not quite yet, give it an hour, and then go and check it out. Eric's not that great. He's had a cavity filling done on Friday. Something went wrong, gums all infected. Yeah, that's not nice. Sorry for that. Sorry to hear that. Hope you're not still vaping. Take the vape away. Just drink water. Andy Tooney, cherries. Addy Tooney's just posted cherries in. Well, why the fuck not? I agree with you. Crack on there, Mr. Tooney. When will you do your RDA? I have absolutely no plans to do an RDA at any point at the moment. I'm not saying that I've totally ruled it out, but when it comes to anything that I want to release, I want to try and release a product that is different to what's already out there on the market. And I haven't got the time to spend designing an RDA at the moment. But also, a lot of people are doing such a great job of them, then I don't think I can beat them. But as for anything else, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I think, fuck it. Should we get sorted into it? Should we go for it? What bike do you ride as you are the legendary vaping biker? Oh, Henry, I think you may be taking the Michael when you're asking that question, sir. For anybody that does have to ask me what bike I ride, go and check out the description in any of the videos, and that has links to all kinds of good shit. So that'll hopefully help you out there. Now then, I am just looking to see what I've released so I can be fully prepared, which is something I totally should have done prior to this very moment in time. But let's see how we get on, shall we? Okay, then. So let's get into the. Someone's asked about Steve time for Offended by Fenders. A couple of weeks is really good, I think, but you know, see what tickles your fancy, really. No, Liam, there isn't. Now then, let's get into the vlog. I'm not going to be paying attention to chat for a minute. Mr. Todd is casting his beady eye over it when ruling with a sword of death and pain for anyone that either kind of just advertises their own channel unnecessarily or without asking if it's allowed first, and anyone that's being a miserable tossbag. They'll get booted straight out of the way. So, yeah, just because I'm not watching, don't mean to say there aren't eyes on it, you know? Always watching. Always watching. Now then, let's have a look at my notes. What do we get up to? Explain what the vlog is all about. Done that one. Videos that have gone out. So let's have a little look at the video since the last Monday night live. So what we've done is we did a live review of the Conspiracy RDA. Still an RDA that I think didn't offer anything new to the market. However, was still quite nice and something that I have used quite a lot. And strangely enough, I've still got it on top of the of this little squonker going on right here. So, you know, it's being used, it's happening, and it surprised me though, to be honest, because I expected it just to be very average, and it's not crazy special, but it's very good. Then after that, we did the 30mm big Buddha, or the Buddha V4, which is on top of the Aegis here, and quite a few of you did like the look of this big old 30mm atomizer on top of the Aegis, and I think it does look the business. It does look the bee's knees. So that's certainly a nice little matchup. Now, someone did comment, or a couple of people commented about my discussion, I guess, or my comments about Shane hasn't got a squonk pin, saying, well, there's no bloody 30mm squonkers. Well, there is. I mean, there's the Lost Vape drone, and there's other options out there. So, you know, there are options available, but you know, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. That's cool. Doesn't make you right and me wrong, or vice versa. Although generally I am right. Mark Fagan's birthday today. Is it really, Nicky Vapes? Well, happy birthday to Mark Fagan. There we go. Is Mark Fagan in the room? Is he going to see this? I don't think so. Right, after the Buddha, we then did the Easy Watt, which I've now packaged up, ready to pass on. They're both going out of the way, and a great starter setup. Now, Inikin did send me the sort of starter kind of, is it a pen thing? Have they sent me that? I think they have, and I've put it somewhere safe. But yeah, that won't get a review because it's the same tank. It's just a different form factor. But no, that I think is a great option for people that are going into giving up smoking, or just want something they can throw in their pocket and then sort of go on a night out on the lash with, without being too upset that they're going to break it, and also without blowing huge, dirty great clouds over people and upsetting them when they're shit-faced. After that came the Athena Squonker. And once again, I mean, this I think is a great little mod. I think it hits well. I love the lock-in switch on it. I think they're all great. I don't like the fact, as I said in the review, that you only get the super soft silicone bottle, or you get a really stiff plastic bottle. I wasn't a fan of either of those really. The door rattle, that was something that really kind of bugged me. But apart from that, I thought it was a great mod. The RDA, on the other hand, not quite so clever. Not quite so clever. Now then, after that, in fact, let me just talk about another How's Your Father? Another review first. So we did the Descendant from Rig, which I still think is a fantastic mod. And I was really surprised that I think pretty much all of the comments on that video, for the first time of showing an expensive mech tube, I think everyone's been a grown-up about it, which I think is really cool. So well done, and thank you very much for that. I've just got a cough. Hold on a second. Now then, hopefully I've still got volume. I just muted myself so you didn't hear me go, yeah. But no, I think this is great. And someone said they wanted to see it patinaing, and obviously I've still been using it. And so this is the patina since the review went up on October 14th. So it's only a couple of days. So it's patinaing nice and quickly because I am using it like a monster. But yeah, that's it. And I do love this button. And one thing that I forgot to mention in the review was the fact that the button, I mean, we covered it in a previous rig video, but the button is a direct sort of copy of what is on James's wife's late father's grandfather's belt buckle that we covered in the video when I did the interview with James from Rig. And that's where the rig logo comes from, and that kind of the whole thing on the button is exactly what's on the belt buckle. So there you go. I think that's quite cool. Now then, is there anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so about that one. So the next video that I put up, and it's blown me away. Not my video, but you lot, you people who watch my stuff, have just wrecked me. In all honesty, I'm not going to lie. So this is all about the living with fibromyalgia and ankylosing spondylitis video that I did, and I've got to say the response from you lot has been amazing, both with the supportive comments and from people that have said that it's helped them in some way. So thank you so much. I've read all of the comments, but there were just there's 496 comments on there at the moment, and I just haven't had time to sit down and reply to everybody, but I have read them all, and so thank you so much for all of that. My heart goes out to anybody who's suffering from similar conditions or other kind of chronic illnesses that is happening, and it seems to be in this day and age. But yeah, from the comments that I was reading, it got me emotional, it had the wife emotional. So all I can say is thank you so much, and I wish you all the strength in the world if you are suffering from any kind of chronic illness and it's affecting your life in a very negative way. So once again, thank you so much. And all the emails that I've had and everything else as well, it's been the most touching thing I've ever done, and I very nearly didn't do it. It's not edited how I'd like to do it. I didn't use the right lens on one of the cameras. Some of the transitions are a bit wobbly. It's a bit too dark. It's not it didn't, as a product, end up how I wanted it to be, but I had to kind of get it out there while I still had the guts to do it. The wheelchair moment in there was super difficult to be able to put on film and also show, considering the amount of time that I spend kind of, you know, appearing to be fair, normal. No, but you know what I mean? Appearing to be kind of not the way I am. So yeah, so it was really tough, and to do that and then get the response that I had from you guys, it's just blown me away. So thank you so much. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Now then, let's move on. Next second, I'll have a quick look at the comments just to see if there's anything in there. You say patina, I say dirty. Mick, well, you see, roughy tufty biker, can't be doing all this polished malarkey. There's no need for that. You're an amazing person and fighter. Thank you very much, Nicky Vapes. I'm just doing what I do, you know, and that's one of the things. If you have someone with a chronic illness, then you just get on with it. Sometimes you need a bit of a kick up the arse, but otherwise you just crack on, and that's a thing. So yeah, thank you very much. I think it's imperfectly perfect. Thank you very much, Jules Gilchrist. Very much indeed. What else have we got going on here? Ali Keegan, I get you. Massive respect to the Vape Invader, and yeah, so yeah, brilliant. You'll get me all emotional if you go all super nice and lovely again. So thank you so much once again. But now let's move on, shall we? Right then, so I have other things that have happened over the last week or two. Is I've given the website a revamp. I've given it a bit of a sort of a topsy-turvy revamp. I've given it a completely new look. It's all now bright. It should load pretty quickly. It's a little bit easier to navigate and all that sort of good stuff. So there's a couple of things that I do want to improve on it, things like my Instagram gallery and stuff, but once I can get on with that one, that will be great. But for the moment, I'm pretty happy with it. So if you've not seen it for a while, go and check it out. And a really good reason to go and check it out will be to go and have a read of Ian Schwall's most recent reviews. Now, he's done a couple of reviews, and definitely worth checking out. Now, A professional would be able to tell you exactly which reviews he did, but let me just log into my own my own website for a second. And he's reviewed the Voluna RTA from his Modus and the Coilmaster Genesis RDTA. So go and check those out. Give him a read. I really like it the way Ian has his take on things. I think he's a funny guy, but he comes across with some really strong points. And also the Voluna is one of those tanks that I don't think really got a massive amount of press, and I don't really understand why, because it seemed to be pretty darn good. So is there ever some Wolfie Smith says no feed here? Anyone else? No, there we go. Is everyone getting okay? Everyone able to see my pretty smiling face? I hope so. I imagine so, because I would think there'd be a lot more of you shouting at me if there wasn't. But yeah, so go across to vapingbiker.co.uk. Words, they are proving to be quite challenging today, and there's getting a lot of regularity about this issue. Yeah. A Vape Invader, that's not a question that can be answered, unfortunately, because there's so many variables about what people like. There isn't a best anything, buddy. It's not like there's not a best alcohol, there's not a best beer, there's not a best pizza, there's not a best car, there's not a best anything else. So it's all dependent on how you like to vape. Right, so blog, website, done. Go and check it out. I think it's cool, and you can leave comments in the reviews and stuff as well. So please do that. Show Mr. Schwartz some love, because I think he does a really good job, and hopefully he'll carry on doing it if you lot keep liking it. Now then, what else have we got going on? Just to give you a little bit of an idea about what I've been vaping on of late, I've realized that I've been backing up quite a lot on the old reviews. So I have, I've been turning most of my review requests from manufacturers down of late, in order that I want to catch up on stuff. Unless something's particularly special, I've been turning a lot of stuff down. So a couple of things that you will see very, very shortly. I'm finally going to get around to reviewing this A-Leader. What's it called? What's it called? Something 160. I'm sure it is. Funky 160. There we go. So I will finally do a review of that. Now, I have used it a lot, and I said when I first got this in that I don't really like it, and nothing's really changed, to be honest. But I'll explain more about that when we actually go and do it. The one good thing about it is it does kind of seem to hit what it's supposed to hit. So when it's saying it's putting out 80 watts, it seems to be putting out 80 watts, which is good. But I don't like the form factor, and I don't like a couple of things on it. But like I say, I'll share that in the review. The other thing that I've been going on with is the very cartel-inspired Basilisk from Stentorian. Now then, conversely to the last one, this one I don't think does what it needs to do. Mr. Todd did a great review on it as well, so go and check out Mr. T's review. But so far, I'm not super stoked about it. Not only about the way it actually works with regards to the amount of gumption that it puts into your coils, but also the fact that the corners, I don't like the corners. I don't like the very corners down here. I think they dig into your hand. I think they're uncomfortable. I think the where the sides meet, those corners, I think are just too sharp, and it could. I'm not a fan of the form factor. I think it's too wide for what it needs to be as well. So all in all, not a huge fan of this, but I will do a review of it as well. Now then, what else is going on is I have been using the Rig Squonker a lot. And the review for that will be very, very soon. Not quite what I expected. I'm not going to lie. It's not quite what I expected. I think it could be a little better, but I have fed that back to Rig that are very receptive to it. So we'll have to see what happens moving forward. But I will put a review out on that. It certainly works, and it's a 2700 Squonker that does a reasonable job. Yeah, I will give you my proper thoughts on those in the proper review. Now, as well as that, we have, obviously I've been using the Descendant that I showed you earlier on, and then the last two things that I'm going to really talk about is we'll talk about this. So this is the Sirius, and I've shown it to you before, but on top of that, I am using the Zeus from Geek Vape. Now, as you know, I don't review tanks. However, I've been giving this a little bit of a crack on just to see how it performs, and I'm at a bit of a loss, to be honest with you. It's quite chunky. It's quite a large RTA at 24, 25 mil. Let me get my measuring stick out, and then I can tell you stuff that's, you know, correct. Let's have a little look here. So it is at the base. It's a 25 mil tank, but you don't really get that much juice into it. And it's got, although it doesn't look like it, it has a sort of a GTA style deck with regards to, there is a kind of a well at the bottom for your juice, and your wicks go through there. But it does all come apart, so it makes cleaning super easy. I did that earlier on today. I just stripped the whole thing, cleaned the whole thing, and then wanged it all back together again. But it's got quite a restricted airflow. I was expecting more, to be honest with you. I've just realized I've not vaped at all yet. So let's have a little toot, shall we? No slow-mo or music, I'm afraid. But yeah, so it is a restricted vape, which I do like a lot, but I'm having a struggle getting a nice, warm, saturated restricted vape from it. The way the deck works on this, if you haven't seen it, is it's got two posts either side of the of where the coil goes. Essentially, the air comes down the side and then hits the side of the air or side of the coil. But there's a whole row of holes that I don't really think need to be there, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it says it's leak proof. I don't think anything's leak proof. I think it's leak resistant, without a doubt. But yeah, I will, whilst there won't be a review for it, I will tell you a little bit more once I get into it. Now then, I've been using the Sirius quite a lot. I have been using this a lot, and I like it. I like this as a mod. I noticed on Steam Engine's website that I think they're selling them for about 45 quid at the minute, which seems super cheap, and they come in a bunch of different colors as well. And so yeah, I think it's actually a really nice mod. The thing that I'm not super stoked about, I mean, the lanyard kind of holder here that people thought was a bottle opener is 100% pointless, because it's a heavy mod, so you're not going to have that around your neck. And the fire button feels a little bit cheap. But other than that, I actually like it. I mean, the board is very, very DNA 75C inspired, but this mod will absolutely be getting a review as well. And then finally, just to give you a little bit of an overview, I have been using this big monster DNA. Is this 200, 250? I think it's 250. Hang on, I'm going to... Whoa. I never go top whack on it. There we go, 250. DNA 250 Squonker from Fine Mods. F-Y-N-E Mods. Just a big lipo-powered bastard of a Squonker. Now, I like my Squonkers. Obviously, Fine Mods are M-Vapes of previous incarnation, and I reviewed a few of the M-Vapes Squonkers in the past, and I love them. In fact, the dual battery 18650, the dual 18650 fully mechanical Squonker that Matt did probably 2 years ago now, I gushed over a lot when I reviewed it a couple of years ago, and I said this is absolutely the way forward for Squonking, and nobody listened to me until 2017. Bastards. But there we go. We get there now. I've got the death trap sitting on top of that. I've got one single coil on top of there, 3.5 mil ID stainless steel, which stainless steel alien coil from Definitive Coils. And let's have a little toot on this one. That's a weather system and a half, isn't it? So it's a beast. People that say they don't like single coils, I don't understand that at all. Anyway, right, that's that stuff. Now then, I've got a product that I am going to show you purely because it's cool, and I think I'm going to show you guys what I use in the studio at some point in time. But this was something that was sent to me from Orky. Now, if you watch my review of how to take pictures of coils with your phone video that I did ages ago, I think it's in the tutorial section of my playlists. But there was a bunch of stuff from Orky, and I think they're really, really good. So let me just move this light so I can move the camera down and I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this is something that a lot of you will probably already have, but this is a new thing for me, so I think it's very, very cool. So this here is just a big old USB hub, which is nothing super excited to get excited about. Super excited to get excited, you know, it's a thing. But one of the cool things is you've got a power lead that goes in here. That's the USB that goes into the computer. You've got 7 ports that are USB 3, and then you've got 3 ports that will charge up to 2.4 amps, which means that you can fast charge your phones and all that sort of stuff, as well as with some of the kind of mods that can accept fast charging and all that sort of stuff. I think they're really good. Now you can get these on Amazon for about 30 odd quid. I will try and remember to put a link down below. But for something like this, that like I say, pretty much everyone in the world's already had, but it's new for me. I think it's fucking marvelous, and I really like Orky's build. I like their build quality. I like what they do. I've just fucked up my lighting. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Orky as a company. So if you're in the region for something like that, then by all means go and check them out on Amazon. So it's a 10 bay. If you search for USB 10 bay hub or something, then you should see it. But I will try and remember to put a link in afterwards. But that's about it when it comes to those. Now I have got 2 bits of vape mail. Normally I keep my vape mail purely for the patrons. Every time I get vape mail come in, anyone in the $10 or more tier of my patrons tends to get I take a video and then I post it up on my Patreon page. Links and stuff are all on the top bar and also in the description. So if you did want to become one, thank you very much indeed. And also to save you using Super Chat, I also have a paypal.me link, which is once again in the description, or it's up top on my YouTube banner if you get to that point. But today I haven't had a chance to do it. And so I thought I would undo these for you guys. You want to see some vape mail? Let me know. Let me know. Do you want to see some vape mail? Huh? Huh? Yes? Right. Back in vape mail then. So we've got a couple of DHL packages going on right here. I don't know what either of them are, so let's have a little crack open and see what we're going. This way you get to see some first impressions of things and see if I kind of dig it or if I don't. So let's get stuck into it. So first off, well packaged, well packaged. So let's have a little crack on with this one. I noticed that vape mail, we're liking the idea of the vape mail, so that's cool. Now then, I noticed that somebody did say put a 4mm coil in the mesh RDA. No, not interested. The mesh is in my next raffle. The mesh RDA that I've got is in the next raffle because I've got no intention of ever using it again. Now then, this is something you're going to get excited about. This. You're going to get excited about this. Right, now then. I didn't know this was coming today. I'm a little bit gutted. Now then, apart from the fact that I don't like pink, but you know, we'll glance over that. Can anyone guess what this is? Here we go. Guesses? Anyone got any guesses? Anyone got any guesses? Oh, it's exciting. It's doors for the Pulse BF mod. Boom! Get those apples up here. Let's have some of this, shall we? So, I can't get into it. I can't get into it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Open up, you bastard. Okay, so I'm pretty much sure that all of you are going to be aware of this already, but oh, it's sexy. But this is something from Vandy Vape and Tony B from the Vapor Trail channel. And this is a mechanical squonker with a very interesting button going on that was recently tested by Mr. Mooch. And, oh, look at that leg. Isn't that a dinky little puppy? Ooh. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so. Oh, okay. Right, so what we've... Oh, hang on, it's 2700. Is it 2700? It's 2700. Ha! Right, gotcha. So thought this was a condom. It's not. It's this is for this is just for putting an 18650 in there. How very, very exciting. Yeah, not super stoked about the idea of a pink door though. Mr. Todd's gonna love that when he comes on the chat. But yeah, but Oh, 2700. Now, this has, oh, can I show you? I don't think I'm going to be able to show you. This has, see this little chappy here? This is the link to the positive of the 510 by the looks of it. So if I take that out like that, that's how it locks. So it should, in theory, not be able to fire once I've done that. And then flipping that back down again should make that contact, so it should fire. So that's very, very interesting way of locking it. Now, it does mean that there's a lot of contacts there, and there's a lot of places that could potentially lose some voltage. So I'm super interested in giving this a little bit of a go, but it feels really, really nice. And for the fact that it's a 2700, if I compare it to the 18650 keel mod, look at that. It's pretty much the same kind of height. How good is that? A little bit thicker, a little bit more beef to it, but no, otherwise this is a small 2700 mod. This is a very small 2700 mod. The button does seem like it's got a massive depression though. Really, someone's stolen this button's dog. This is that, yeah. So I might have to get that going in a little while. So we'll see how we get on with that one. But ooh, how exciting! What do we think? What do we think? Very nice. I want the pink doors, says Deborah Connor. 4% doors, says Todd's Reviews. Absolutely. Liam Newton, very nice. Mark Elliott, did you get one? Todd, I'm sure he'll tell us in a little while. Lois, Tasha, Terry, Cardine, put the pink doors on. Really? Do you really want to see it with the pink doors on? Tell you, you're going to be the death of me. You really are. Okay, pink doors. Just have a word. Have a word. But who knows? If I get on well with this, I may even purchase some. But it is a plastic design, so it's that's an interesting little affair there. That's that on the back there. That looks as though that might be somewhere that you can. I don't really know. That'll help push the battery out, I guess. But yeah, I might see about getting that together fairly sharpish. But no, that's very cool. Very excited about this. So thank you very much to Vandy Vape and Tony B for making sure that I get one of those. Very kind of you. Now then, let's go for the next package, shall we? Right. Bloody, I'm going to do myself a mischief one day doing that. Right then. Right then, monkey. Vape and bike eating totally wrong. So there's a story here. So I was most upset with Geek Vape, purely because, not because I'm anything special or anything along those lines, but because I'd had a chat with Brian from the Vapor Chronicles, and there was this whole talk about getting the Drop RDA, and I was very excited about it. And then literally everyone on the planet, every single reviewer, people with like 3 subs, and not that it's about their bank numbers, but literally everyone and their uncle seemed to get it. And I was a little bit like that. And Mr Todd wound me up this morning, which I'm sure he will do. They'll be a bit miffed about that he can't anymore, because now we have the Drop RDA. So yes, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to take back everything I said under my breath about Geek Vape. And nice to finally get to see this bad boy. But no, I believe it's got just a crazy smooth airflow. It's a very funky little RDA. That will actually look the tits on top of that. Look at that. What? That's going to be the business, isn't it? So what you've got going on here is you've got a post design that's kind of quite an up post. Like if you like the Dead Rabbit, I imagine that you're going to like this kind of design as well. But no, otherwise, I think it's an interesting little RDA. The way that the airflow works on it is interesting. Airflow is smooth. Can't undo the fucking. Those O-rings are going to need lubing. Smooth airflow. I think this is going to be a very funky setup. And if I was recording this, I would stick a coil in it just to start using it. But I'm not. So when Mr. T comes on, he may be able to entertain you all while while I do stuff. But who knows? Who knows? Probably not. Probably not, to be honest with you. Let's not try and push too hard. Let's not put too much in. I've already gone for 45 minutes. Now then, well, let me know if you want me to build that drop while I'm on air and while I'm talking to Mr. Todd. Because if you want me to do it, then I might throw a build on it just to see how we all crack on. So there we go. Put your build it in the comments if you want to see a build. All right. Now then, the last thing that I really want to talk about today is something that I've been promising for quite some time, and this is for a particular very special amount or group of my viewers. Now, I've been saying for ages, looks like everyone wants a build, so looks like that could be a build going on in a few minutes. So, all right then, okay, build it. All right then, I'll put a couple of builds in it, or I'll put a build in it. All right, guys. So let me just show you this first. Now then, my 4% VIP club. So the ladies that watch, the lady subscribers they're the 4% club because it's less than 5% of my overall subscribership are female or ladies. So yeah, that's why it's a 4% club. Now I said that I was going to do a t-shirt, and I've thrown a few kind of ideas about what kind of thing they wanted, and there was talk of unicorns and stuff, and that was kind of okay, and kind of a little bit girly but not too girly. And so the kind of the design idea, the design aspect wasn't as easy as you may think, because trying to please everyone. So do you want to see the design for the first 4% VIP club? This is something that I came up with earlier on today. Let me show you what we've got to play with. Whoosh. Now then, that may be a little bit on the small side. I don't know. It depends. I don't know. We'll see how you get on. But there we go. We've got the unicorn in the middle. Mr. Todd, bonjour.
Bonjour, you artistic man, you.
So this is you were meant to come on after I'd finished this bit, but that's fine. That's cool. That's cool. We can do that. But yeah, so this is the design that I've come up with. This is the one that we're working with for a little while, and yeah, so 4% VIP ladies, let me know if you like the idea of it. It's now actually available on the merchandise section of vapingbiker.co.uk. You can have it on a t-shirt. There's 3 colors: black, white, or pink, if you really want to go overboard with pink. There's also, you can also have it on a mug, and you can have it on a little tote bag kind of thing. Now, the only thing that I would like to have done differently is have the text, the white text, the Vaping Biker that goes around the outside. I'd like to have had that see-through, but I got so bored of making the design. But yeah. So I thought it was cute, and also what I was going for with the design was something that I think the unicorn sort of was trying to kind of suggest how I am, with the open mouth and looking a bit dozy with the eye when I can't think of words. That's kind of me. So and it does have a beard, but it's behind the eye. So yes, if you want to see it anymore, then that's gone on vapingbiker.co.uk. If you scroll down just underneath the big picture, you'll see a link to the merch store where you can buy shit there. Now, I've only put it on the ladies t-shirts for the minute. If people want that in the kind of the normal kind of fit t-shirts or the baggier fit t-shirts, then I can certainly do those as well. So certainly let me know how we get on. Now then, Mr. Todd is in the house.
So, have you read some of the comments about your unicorn, mate?
I have not, mate. What are they saying? Tell me about it.
Is that a unicorn or a horse with an ice cream dropped in its head?
Is that not what a unicorn is?
And your unicorn doesn't look stressed, it looks stoned.
Oh. But no, hopefully it's something that people will kind of be into. I thought it was a bit of fun. So if people like it, then they'll buy it. If they don't, then they won't, and then I'll have to come up with something else. But no. hopefully people have thought it was kind of okay. So tell us about you while I'm just pulling some tools together, Mr. Todd. What's happening in your world, sir?
What's happening in my world? What was the name of the application that you used to do that in? Remind me.
Oh, Gravit Designer.
Gravit Designer, which is an online app, is it not?
You can use it online or you can use it as a download. I downloaded it.
Ah, it's and how long did it take you to do that?
About 4 hours.
4 hours. Now, if you know people that are pick up things and are instantly good at them, wankers, the lot of them. That's Dean. That's just.
I had never looked at the app prior to today. I just wanted something different to design with because GIMP makes me want to pluck my own face off, and so yeah, I downloaded it thinking it might be cool, and then threw that together. So hopefully it'll go down well. So yeah, I don't know what chat. I should be paying attention to chat a little bit more at the moment, but lots of people said they wanted to see a build, so I may build while talking to you. Is that rude?
No, you keep going, buddy. You keep going. Right, apparently, there you go. There's the drop there. So, blink. If hopefully my video quality is half decent, you'll be able to see that. Best thing to do is pop out the airflow control straight away, Dean, and stick some juice on it because mine is the same. It's as tight as hell. And it's, as you say, it's an absolute doddle to build on. It does squonk. I'm using it on the Athena just now.
Yeah.
And boink. No worries there at all. The only thing I found is because it's like the dead rabbit, the posts, but there's you'll see yourself if you look inside the post, there's a slope.
Yeah. So
you almost have to like put a little curve in your coils. It makes it a lot easier when you're putting the coils in there.
Okay, right. So I'm going to have to build this kind of leaning forward and being a bit weird, but hopefully that kind of gives people an idea about what's going on. It might be, is that a little bit too bright or is that okay? Hopefully, let me take that brightness down just a smidgy poos. There we go. So hopefully people can see that. So this is the deck of the drop as Mr. Todd was talking about. And boom, there you go. I've just installed the squonk pin so you can see what's going on there. Got drop written on the underneath, DigiFlavor. It hasn't got the Vapor it has. Designed by the Vapor Chronicles, rather. Right. So tell us about your experience of using it thus far, Mr. T.
Well, as I said to you earlier on, mate, it's the airflow coming through the posts, as you said yourself, is a bit different. But the flavour from it is actually not half bad. But it's very it's very smooth.
You see, now viewers, if you're someone that that knows about that, what's going on there with my focus? If you're someone that that understands what we mean when we say that something is turbulent or smooth, then Mr. Todd would like to have a chat with you.
Yeah,
it's really out of focus, but I can't do anything about that.
That's just about the same as your usual videos, mate. I wouldn't worry about that focus.
That's your hole.
Yes.
It looks awful, but hopefully people will get an idea about what's going on. And by the end of this vlog, I will be able to I'll be able to let people know what it squonks like with on top of the Pulse.
I would just like to point out here that this is that's Dean's voice that you can hear there, but it's actually his coiling stunt double that's come in. And, so he's so vape famous that he doesn't actually do his own coiling.
That's it. Rip Tripper's got nothing on me. So I coiled up earlier on. I did a few more of my strips of Clapton wire, which I've done a video on in the past. So if you want to know what my favorite coil is, it's this. Once again, it's crap quality under the under this camera, but that is 26 gauge dual core with stainless steel with 38 gauge Canthal on the outside. I bought all my wire from Stealth Vape in the UK, so that's what I'm using at the moment. I will be What should we do? Should we put 3.5mm ID coil on this? Just go big or go home, or 3mm? What size have you got in yours, Mr. Todd?
3mm. Definitely go 3mm.
3mm. All righty. Seeing as it's you, I will.
Did you put your wire through your pasta maker?
I did indeed, as
Good.
always. The old pasta maker's doing a marvelous job of holding up.
Yep. And who makes that pasta maker, and where can you buy it from?
I have no idea, but I imagine any stainless steel pasta maker on Amazon will do the trick just fine. However, I am waiting for a very pretentious company to make me a custom one out of titanium.
See, I'm quite surprised. I mean, you're missing a good sponsorship opportunity there.
Yes. I'll tell you what I'm also doing, just completely forgetting how many wraps I just put on that.
14.
Right, let's do that again. A little bit more for some of this up in action. So what are you squonking yours on at the moment?
As in build wise,
what mod are you using?
I'm using the Athena.
Okay, yeah.
I must have had, I got an Athena when I was in Paris, and it must have been a pre-production one, because the door was really bad on it, but 2 more arrived today, and the build quality is a lot better on it.
Yeah, the ones that I've had all had wobbly doors, which was a bit of a shame, to be honest.
Yeah. Just to answer a question to Cool Runnings 100, who's asking, can he get his hands on the Ultim Vape Droid? That would be a no, I'm afraid, mate, unless you can pick one up secondhand. That was a limited run.
Boo. Bloody elitist.
Yep, we are. Somebody's asking, God, I should read the names. Cool Steep Vapes asking, what's the best for flavour between the Dead Rabbit and the Drop? Too soon to tell for me. I've only been using it for the day with the one build. Dead Rabbit I thought was fantastic. Initial thoughts are the flavour isn't quite there. But it's, as I said, it's too early to tell. Too early to tell.
So I'll tell you what it's all about in a minute. Does that look about even? That looks about even, doesn't it? Does it? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Does it glow red? Does it heat up? That'll do.
I ain't got that far. Yeah, easy, Tiger.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I like about the look of this drop so far is, much like with the Dead Rabbit, it looks like you can just bang your coils in and then trim them afterwards if needs be. So you don't actually have to worry too much about getting the coil leg length absolutely spot on straight away.
Yeah. It's not, I don't know, it's not as easy to get in and snip the wires as the Dead Rabbit.
No?
I don't know. I didn't think it was. It's the same design principle, but I just not quite sweet. Mark Elliott's asking who makes the Athena. It's Geek Vape, and yes, I'm vaping something under £100. Who would have thought?
Good work, that man.
Yeah. Luigi is asking, will you ever get rid of that fat guy in the shed and get Big Lou on instead?
Big Lou, if you've seen Big Lou's channel today, I think he put up a video. He's going all street, which is a bold move from Mr. Lou, and doing all of his stuff actually outside on the street, showing people what New York's all about and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's pretty darn cool. It's a pretty impressive move by Mr. Lou. So there we go. But no, can't get rid of the big fat twat in the shed because I love him. There we go, you see. What? So is anyone shouting at me about being a horrific coil builder yet?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I think everybody is. I mean, they're quite appalled. I mean, a lot of people are saying they're unsubscribing from you.
Well, I've got a few to spare, to be honest.
Not that many yet, mate. Not that many yet.
That's something that you must all do. If you're watching this, just go and tell all of your friends to subscribe to me, because I'm getting very close to being able to beat Mr. Todd. And so with a matter of a few thousand, what is it, like 3,000 difference now?
I think it's 3,000. That's your Christmas present. That's according to Social Blade.
There we go. You see, that will be absolutely spot on. So if you can go and tell all your friends that I'm a very pretty man and that they should subscribe to me, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Seven Cheese Pizza seems to have shares with this RDA. It's just, you got to read some of these comments, mate.
Get them to me. Tell me about it.
Somebody's just said I'm the worst coil builder ever. I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of the subs. No, that's a very good point.
That is a good point. I've been very, very lucky with this channel that it's the in relation to the amount of people that have watched, a lot of people have subscribed. Obviously, there's a lot of people that still watch and don't subscribe because they think I'm an annoying moron, which is fine. That's fine. But no, for the amount of people that do watch and then follow up with a subscription, I'm genuinely touched.
Yeah. Oh, you're out of center, mate. Oh,
hang on.
Move your camera back a little bit.
Hang on. I'm doing this reaching over my desk, so it's quite the challenge.
Mr. Ashton's asking about the vinyl. Mr. Ashton, the vinyl is still, is it Mr. or Mrs.?
No, Ms.
Ashton.
Wonderful Lois.
It's still Gary Newman, I'm afraid. I just can't get enough of that new album. Lance Huntsman says, thank God it isn't Mark Todd building it. It would come out at 0.7 and take ages.
Right, so we've got a couple of Claptons in there at the moment. The cheeky 0.14, and I'll just get these glowing evenly. The can I turn this brightness down? Will that help at all? No, probably not.
And Mr. Seven Cheese Pizza still banging on. I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, I can try, like I'm vaping this just now, and I think it's one way. You'll vape it and think it's the other way. Everybody's different.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But the important thing is I'm right. So, you know, that's what we can't forget in these situations.
Just because you have a beard, it doesn't automatically mean that you are right.
No, I've got tattoos as well.
That's sort of. I've got one. Sorry.
Yeah, but a tramp stamp doesn't count.
Yeah, I know, but it's a unicorn with your name underneath it.
Right, so we're pretty much there when it comes to the coils. They are coming out at 0.17 at the minute. Why? Because they're warm.
So, Mark Elliott is asking if you will sell your Tomahawk X to him, please.
For £1 million.
I'd do that. He works for the council. He's extremely wealthy.
Fantastic. Hang on, I've got to blow my coils for a second.
Smoking Drummer is asking, is Goose Juice worth shipping to the US? It's made in the United States, my friend.
Is it really?
Yes, it's a US juice.
There you go. So where would one go and buy that if they were in America?
One would go to Quackster's Juice Factory. And oh, there's Mr. Vaping V1CK. He's no doubt come to plug his channel as usual.
Good old Ricardo. He did. I got an apology to make to Richard. Actually, I was talking to him just before this live stream, and he was saying that he had his Pulse, and that what did I think of mine? And I said, stop taking the piss.
See, that's the wrong way. Richard, you know I'm taking the mickey, mate. You know I'm taking the mickey. It's brilliant. James Whiting is asking, have I seen the iJoy Capo Squonker yet? I've seen it. I haven't tried it. Guy brushes. Sorry?
It does look cute.
It does, doesn't it? It's 100 watts, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Guy Brush is asking, is there a big difference between the K-Fun Prime and the K-Fun 5 with the mouth-to-lung kit? I would personally say yes. Not a massive difference, but a slight difference.
Right, we're nearly there now.
Dominic is asking, what 2700 battery do you use in a Mac?
I am using the iJoy ones, which are also the same as what are these other Make ones? The Amp King ones. Into these puppies.
Yeah.
Oh no, where's the camera? I believe they're the same as the iJoys, and they're the only ones that I've got because I still can't get hold of the 2700 B. I need to B then. Because I can't get hold of the 2700A. That's all I'm going for. But the 2700A is going to be without a doubt a game changer. So if they ever actually make them available. Hang on. Hashtag tickle the week.
It's just not the same when you haven't got the music playing.
Right. Let's get these under here. Boom.
Distant Scouse says, Mr. Todd, your lights are a bit bright on your face. Turn down the contrast on your monitor. There you go. Oh.
Look at that. That's not a bad little job to start with, is it? Hey,
yeah.
What? Right, let's get this camera up top while I put stuff in the... oh, you don't need that, do you? Oh, yeah.
Too much.
Right, let's move that back. Oh, change the colour of my light. Oh, I'll turn my light off. Oh, it's all going wrong. Okie dokie. So that's the RDA built, and I've got to say, whilst I may have made it look like a bit of a stress attack because I was leaning across my desk trying to do it so I could do it under camera, it was pretty easy to build. Now we're looking at this Squonker. The first challenge that I think there could be is taking off the tube from the feeding hose under the 510, because that little lock thingy is there. So I don't know how that's going to work in the grand scheme of things. But fucking juice. What am I going to put on? This one? Let's put some this one on there, shall we? Seeing as I've got it next to me.
You should do this more often, mate. I mean, these quick look videos, it's the future. I think it's the way to go.
Yes. I have started doing some of these for the Patreons. For the Patreon people on my Patreon page. So once again, if you do want to see any of that sort of stuff and you do want to support the channel, then by all means go across to the link that's in the description.
Distant Scouse, Mr. Todd, it's your light, not my contrast. Sarcasm is wasted on you, my friend. Really. I was taking the piss, mate. I'm sorry, but thank you for pointing that out.
Right, get up there. These are these super soft silicone bottles I'm not really a fan of. Drop now going on top. So then we can get into talking about just random stuff then after we've done this bit. Has this gone? Have I just taken forever to build this RDA?
That was 25 minutes.
Shut up, was it?
Oh, at least that.
Get off. Shut you up.
And no, I'm not growing a beard. This is just me being lazy. It's a Monday. And it's really windy here as well, so it'll blow off when I walk back to the house. Right, I've got to try and get my silly hands to take this fucking top cap airflow ring off. Oh, there we go, done it. Yep, Schwartzy. Yes, he's put the squonk pin in. Cheeky bastard. Vaping Tech is asking, do we know what kind of build needs to be done to take advantage of the 234 watts of the iJoy Captain PD270? No. Likewise. Anytime you need fuck all help like that, you feel free to ask, my friend. I suppose I'd better be responsible before I put the battery in this and just make sure that I haven't shorted anything by putting the top cap on. Responsible vapor, you see. There you go, Vaping Tech. I've just put a link into steamengine.org. There you go. Go and have a look at that, mate.
Okay, so covered in juice. Covered in juice. Not quite as covered in juice as you get, Mr. T, but still covered in juice.
Thomas McLean says he still remembers when I was doing videos in the kitchen. That's going back some.
Right. If you watch YouTube channels, go and look back at like the first videos that people have done, because they're just amazing.
You haven't watched, and you're not a Star Trek fan, are you, mate? No.
I have had a little go with the new one.
I watched the latest episode before I came on here. It's really good. Yeah? Yeah, it's very good.
Right, here we go. Boom. We are done and done. 2700 in there. Nice and snug. Copper contacts. That is not too shabby. I'm not sure how I feel about the button though. It's really like crazy spongy, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but if I press that in, it kind of, it'll fire without going all the way in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you press it a certain distance in and it'll fire, but it doesn't quite cope with the whole thing. Well, it copes, but it doesn't. It's very weird.
Just Kelly is saying there's major lag off and on. That I would imagine that's just me.
Either that, or it's just. I mean, there's weather. There's the fact of my awesomeness. There's all manner of things that can interrupt a live stream, sadly. But something you can do is try refreshing your screen. Not you, Mr. Todd, but anyone watching, if they're getting a lag and seeing what's what. So, all in all, first impressions of the Pulse Squonker, strange button, but no, works well. And the Drop first impressions,
it's plastic, isn't it?
Huh?
It's plastic, the mod.
I honestly thought you just said plastic.
It's plastic.
Can't pretend to be English now, Sonny Jim.
I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. It is plastic, so it does certainly have that feel going on to it. But hey, what do you think about these doors then?
I'm impressed. I'm very happy they sent you the pink one.
I thought you might do. There we go. Boom. Some of that, look.
Yes, James. The Drop is an 810 drip tip.
But what he's done nicely here, and I don't know if this is clear Delrin, not Delrin, Ultim. I'll have to look into it, but it's nice to see not a stabilized piss drip tip. Although I think you do get one in the box. Yes, you do. But no, that's quite. I can't have these doors on for any longer. I really can't. Really offending me. But no, all in, good work. And then this little. Did you see that lock thing that I was talking about, Mr. T?
Yes, I did my research. I watched a video on it a long time ago.
It's an interesting concept.
It is. It's like you say. I'd be curious if there's any drop on it at all.
Yeah, I think I might have to test it against a couple of others and see what's what. But yeah. But this button is weird.
Is it not? No. Is it similar to the old Mitex, the really old ones?
No, not like the horn style ones.
Yeah.
I guess kind of a little bit, in as much as it really presses in a lot. But like I say, you've got if you had this much of a press, I nearly got the bit of card out then to the drawing. But if you've got that much of a press, that much of it is all you've got to do before you make contact.
Yeah.
But it goes all that extra way, so it feels a bit weird. I don't really know how I feel about that. But with these pair of Claptons in this Drop, it's not going too badly at all. Can you fit other Squonker bottles in there? Let me have a little look. I think I've got a...
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yes?
Yes, the mod maker will fit in there, no problem.
Yeah, so it will. Yeah. How would you know?
Because I've no, sorry, I'm talking about the Athena. I'm talking bollocks.
But no, it does look like the Mod Maker one will go in there, but I don't know if it's got the same capacity. I'm sure someone will be able to tell us in chat what the capacity of this bottle is, but it seems like it's a little bit more than normal. It's quite a stubby, fat little bottle.
Yeah.
And when I compare that to the Mod Maker one, you've got a little bit extra height going on here, but I don't know. I think it might have a little bit more in it, but it is that super soft silicon sort of affair. But no, first impressions, pretty damn reasonable. And I think cost-wise, this is coming in super cheap, isn't it? This is coming in at about 45 quid or something. So, or less than that. I can't remember now. I can't remember, but it's cheap. So 8 ml. There we go. People in chat saying that it's an 8 ml bottle. Actually, the Mod Maker one's about 8 ml, isn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, so it's just a different size. But no, all in all, I think this Tony B could have done something quite special here. If this is coming through super cheap, then this could be a very, very excitable little setup. And with this Drop RDA on top of it, I think that looks good. Obviously, you can put the Pulse on there if you want to go full Tony B. But no, as far as things go, I don't think you would be too disappointed with this. The only thing that I am going to be testing a lot is the on-off thing, because it looks as though it's got a Phillips head screw keeping it together. But I imagine that'll be fine and dandy. But I'll put some stupid builds in and various other things to test any insulators and everything else. But no, all in all, $39.99. That's 35 quid, 24 to 30 quid, 25 quid on Fast Tech. Don't get a Fast Tech. Buy it from a proper vendor. Support the vendors in your own country. For an extra tenner, it's worth it. And
maybe he's from China.
Huh?
Maybe he's from China.
Well, in that case, yeah, crack on. Pop in. Right. Any news on the 528? I think we should probably pay attention to chat now. Stop fucking around. Any news on the 528 custom jobby? Well, I had the opportunity to review it this week or last week now, and I've turned it down so far. And the reason I've turned it down is, as far as I know, currently it's only available from the 528 people in America, and until people can purchase it in other countries, I don't think it's really that much of a clever idea for me to show off a product that the majority of my viewership can't get hold of, you know. And so, because America makes up about 30% of my viewers, you know, there's another 70% that can't get it without spending crazy amounts on postage and customs and all of that sort of crap. So yeah, so far I've turned it down. If that should come across to the UK, then yes, I will be open to reviewing it. So there we go. So hopefully I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about that later.
Do you realise that if I was to follow your rules there, then I would review nothing?
Well, no, because you do a lot of stuff that's from Europe. So shut your face.
Right, questions. Greg Olson, what is everybody's taste on the H-Cigar Squonker? That doesn't make much sense. Is he talking about the inbox? I like the inbox. I thought it was a great wee mod.
That was the one that upset my OCD, because the hole and the 510 were all slightly on the piss, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. It just doesn't work out well for me at all.
Yeah, but for a long time it was the best reasonably priced regulated single 18650 Squonker you can get.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. But there's so many options now. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. And and if you want to go la-di-da, just because I can mention it, there are people that sell stab wood doors for the inbox out there.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. Right. Anything else going on? Tips on battery storage. I can show you how I store my batteries. I've got 2 ways of storing my batteries. Who asked that? Someone asked that. Ah, shit me. Just dropped a battery on the floor. That's not good because I had it balancing. I made a thing, which, there we go. It's for my mechs. It's all my VTC 5A batteries. And yeah, so that's something that I designed and threw that together, which is my main thing. Otherwise, I've got my shelf here with just random batteries on it because I'm an idiot. And then finally, I do have I've got 2 cartridge boxes, so 2 boxes that hold cartridges for shotguns. And I store my batteries in there, and you can pick them up for like 12 quid on eBay or something, and they do a cracking job, really good job of doing stuff.
I also have a 3D printed thing, but I'm not compensating for anything, so mine is a lot shorter. Just like to point that out. Sorry.
Grower, not a shower.
And we have a Monty Python fan in the house. That is just awesome. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? That's just made my night.
Lassie is asking if I've reviewed the Drop RDA, and if not, are you still going to do that one? Yes, I am, and I feel genuinely awful that I've not reviewed it thus far. It's just one of those things that, because I'm an idiot, I keep forgetting to do it, and then I get embroiled in doing other things, and it all goes horribly wrong. But yes, I am going to do it. It's the Squape Dream RDA. Is it the Extreme? It is a little bit older now, and also the tank that you can put into connect it all up with as well is getting on a little bit. But yeah, it's I will be doing it, and I'm desperately sorry that I've not done it thus far. What are you giggling about?
No, sorry, they've gone on Monty Python in chat, which just tickles me. Sorry, I'll stop encouraging them. Somebody's God, I've lost the question. It's going too fast. It's going too fast.
Greg Olson has asked, has Lee Ash been doing any mods? No, he hasn't, because the man is very poorly. He's spent a lot of time in hospital, and he's very ill, so he's not been able to do anything for a little while now.
Yeah.
But if anyone does watch this who knows him, or if he does watch it, I hope you wish you the very best, and hope you do manage to beat it, fella.
Yes, absolutely. Just, have you any more plans to do any more videos with Mr. Battery Mooch?
Yes, it's something that me and Mooch keep talking about. We do want to do something. We've got sort of a plan for something, but once again, it's just getting schedules sorted out so we're both good. He was poorly, I was poorly. He was poorly, I was poorly. And then, you know, just things haven't managed to happen as yet. But yes, I do want to do another one, and it'll be awesome. And we might. It would be cool if we could live stream it. I think that would be pretty awesome. It might go on for like 2 days, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Mr. Crazy Chimp is asking, what battery charger do you use? He has a Nightcore D4, but the springs seem to be getting harder to use over time, and he's looking for a good replacement.
Do you want to go with that one first?
I've no idea. Excuse me while I go and do some research. I'm using the X-Star VTC4, and I have been using that for years. Yeah.
Years. I've got a next to me. I've got a Nightcore D4 and a D2. Which I've had 2 Nightcore D4s for probably 2 years now, and the D2 has been sitting there for quite a while, but that takes on the 26650s nice and easily. So there we go. What are you giggling your face off about?
I'm just telling these Muppets to stop with the Python jokes. That's just killing me. I just yes.
The flesh wound.
Bring me a shrubbery. Right. Questions. Ball Sonic is, are you still recommending the Lost Vape BF Therian? I think that's going to be. Any issues with batteries? I reviewed it, and you've
not reviewed it. I did a quick look at the bottles and how to use the refill squonky thingy, but I haven't done the review. They are I'm going to be doing the quick look. Essentially, they're it's a better version of what came previously. So, you know, the same, but with the DNA 75C, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah. It's just, A question from John is asking, Dean, what have the Romans ever done for us?
That's a loaded question. I feel bad that I haven't got the answer.
I'm sorry, I just made that up. I'll find something serious because Liam Newton is asking, Dean, the vaping biker with less subs than Todd, do you have any recommendations on a new regulated mod for everyday use?
Depends on how you like to vape and what tickles your fancy, whether you want 1, 2, 3 or 4 batteries, whether you want 18650 or 2700s, whether you want 100 watts, 200 watts, 300 watts, what, you know, if you want big form factor, small form factor, Yee, DNA, depends, doesn't it? There's a lot of good ones out there. Best thing to do, keep watching the channels, see what tickles your fancy. Mike's Mix Reviews asked if I'm selling my battery holders. No, sorry. No, I need to perfect the design, which means I need to spend some time working with my with Fusion 360, and I haven't had the time to do it, which is why I've not done any more with my bottle easy press thing that I was working on either. But yeah, it's just a time thing.
Yeah, if you go on to Shapeways,
yes,
go into Shapeways and just do a search, and you will find you'll find battery dispensers on that site, and you can actually order them through there.
Yes, yes, although not as good as mine,
obviously, and not as tall as yours are.
Exactly, it's all about the height. You know, if you're going to do another 4% shirt for you may be able to think of something funny using Tickle the Wick. Also, I'd love to buy one of the battery dispensers. Yes, Sherry, I probably will do a Tickle the Wick shirt. To be honest with you, I think it's grown to the ability now of deserving its own shirt. So, but I might do that as a short kind of push. Do you know what I mean? Like it's available for like 2 weeks or a week or something like that. I think that the 4% shirt is only going to be available for 2 weeks as of today, but we'll see how that goes on. But no, I am going to be doing more for the shirt design stuff, especially now I've got into using this different software program. I think I'll be able to punch out a little bit more now.
Yeah. Alfert, please. Is asking, is there any 26650 Squonkers?
Matt at M-Vapes used to make one.
Yes.
And the great thing about that one, and I can guarantee I'm not going to be able to, let me see if I can, ow, many ows, ow, oh, you bastard. Oh, something just fell off. Ew. Right. Don't leave nasty juice on the top. This is the Squonker that, it was the button fell out. Bollocks. I've had this for a couple of years now, but the great thing about this was not only was it 26650, but it also had a 30ml bottle in there, which is just ridiculous. And I think that's absolutely fantastic.
And you had the mushroom mod, that was the original 26650 3D printed mod.
Yeah, and I think you can still print your own if you go onto the mushroom mod group page, fan page.
Can indeed. If you go into Thingiverse, you'll find them on there as well.
Fantastic.
Yes, Dominic. There's a good question. Vaping biker, any luck getting hold of hoodies for somebody Todd's size?
The challenge I'm still having is I've not found a company that will print to order. So I need a printer that does direct to garment printing, and then we'll print it and then ship it out to you as a customer, because I can't afford to go out in there and buy 50 hoodies in different sizes and all that sort of stuff. The same as the t-shirts and everything else. I make like £1.50 on a t-shirt or something. So yeah, all I can do at the moment is try and find these people that allow that to happen. But I haven't been able to find anyone that does them, that also does a really good print quality. Like this t-shirt is one that I had printed fairly soon after I first started, which must be a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, when I first started with the t-shirts. And this, I mean, while the lettering is sort of worn, and whilst it doesn't look like it on the picture, the t-shirt is a little bit faded. This is held up really, really well. So I really like the print quality of the guys that I'm using at the moment. But if anyone does work for a company or knows of a strong company, not just a Google search, please. That really annoys me when people do not just a Google search. But if you know of a company or work for a company or work with a company that that does a really good job of direct-to-garment printing, that does sizes for the larger Scott, then by all means, please do drop me a message and let me know.
Stu says you could search for circus tent printers. Wolfie Smith says you could search for Sailmakers Are Us. Pair of twats.
Go biker team. As always, if you've got any questions, if you start them with @VapingBiker or @ToddsReviews, and if you can put your question in all in uppercase, we won't take it as you shouting at us, but it's a little bit easier for us to spot. Was that when you were piston broke? What? Don't understand the question, Phil Lee. Don't understand the question at all. But what we got? All good here. End of Hurricane Ophelia. Did you see that the news was calling it Storm Ophelia rather than Hurricane Ophelia as well?
Yes, because it was no longer a hurricane.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That explains it.
It was Category 3, and then before it got to Ireland, it petered out, and it was just a storm.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Right. Yes. Anything else? What have we got here? Larger lasses as well? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, one of the things that my wife really enjoys doing, if she wants to make a t-shirt a little bit baggy, she does this like Kat Von D sort of thing where she sort of slashes them and kind of makes them sort of stringy. And that's really good as well if you want it a little bit extra. Chunkmeister, have you tried CBD for your fibro? Yes, I have, and I mentioned it in the description of the fibro video. It did absolutely nothing for me.
Did you ever find a decent blackberry DIY juice from Ronnie Plays?
No, I did not. But to be fair, whilst a lot of people did give me lots of suggestions, I ordered absolutely none of them.
Okay, dokie. Daniel is asking, Daniel Caperswell and Sewell, why should you not leave your batteries on charge overnight? Do
you want to take it?
No, I'm curious. I'd love to know and hear from you why you think you shouldn't do it.
I think you're a bit of a bellend. Well, generally, battery chargers will have a cutoff. They will be able to charge it to the 4.2 volts and then cut off, and away you go. But especially historically, a lot of the chargers have been a bit ropey, and if it's a wobbly charger, if it's an old charger, if there's something wrong with the charger, it just increases your chance of potentially having something go horribly wrong. So it's always best to be in the room when you're charging, just to stop anything untoward should it happen, in the unlikely event of it happening. So, but I think a lot of that comes from like years ago when we had those dodgy chargers that used to plug into the wall that had the single battery thing hanging off it really loosely.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were super ropey. But yeah, I think it just comes from that. But it's still safe practice, really.
Yeah, it's not just chargers, is it? Well, it's not just battery chargers for us. It's basically for anything that charges. You shouldn't leave it unattended.
No, and phones are a prime example of that. People have left their phones going on for ages and ages and ages with the wrong charger or something like that, and poof, or the battery's expanded or something wobbly's gone on. So it's always a good idea to not have it by the side of your bed while it's charging. Todd, are you going to review the Ithaca 5 by Golden Greek He? Asks Lance.
I am getting the new thing.
Ithaca?
Oh no! Oh God! Yeah, I met Emio in Paris, and he's sending on the new Atty. So yes, it will be coming my way. I don't know if I will do a review because I think it will just ruin what has become a beautiful friendship. So I will just talk about it.
Yeah. Vaping bike, what's the best mouth to lung setup for the Aspire NX30? I would probably say just the Nautilus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, or a Berserker. If you've got a Berserker, I don't know if a Berserker will fit on top, but possibly.
No, I don't think so. No, I doubt it. NX30 is a great wee mod.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Guybrush 3 would. What is the safety feature of the pulse button? Of the button on here? It's the little thing that you can turn out of the way. Which I was trying to show people earlier on. It's where that little white jobby is, right there. You can then flick that up, and so that's now not connected. What concerns me is by doing that a lot over time, whether that's going to loosen and then have the potential of dropping down. But there is quite a lot of resistance there, and I think the copper plate that's inside there, or the gold-plated plate, or whatever it is kind of, you know, pushed together with the little screw that's holding it all in. So it shouldn't loosen up. But there we go.
I look forward to your conversion video.
I might not have to convert this one. We'll see. Okay, there's Sick Boy. Train spotting. Anyway, do you know anything about the VBS Explorer mod? No.
Either do I.
There you go. Boom. Answered. Alan88, do you feel the vaping market is flooded with inferior products? I think it's always been the same. It's just that as the market's grown, then, you know, it might have been like, I don't know, 15% of stuff was crap 3 years ago, and 15% of stuff is still crap now, but there is just a lot more. So that 15% is a much bigger number.
Yes. I was going to avoid this one, but what the hell? What did you think of the Brokeback Phil and Dimitri show on Saturday night?
The one with the pair of them being awfully drunk. It was interesting. It was interesting. I'm quite pleased I wasn't in the room with the pair of them. I know that one.
Just I've been in a room with them in that condition. It's scary. It's very scary. Right, we've got that. Liam is asking RTA recommendations for flavor.
Any of them? Just build them properly.
Yes.
It's a bit of a wanky answer. I apologize.
Yeah, I remember when you were a caring reviewer, when you liked your subs, you would answer all their questions.
I think there's just so many, and once again, it depends if you want mouth to lung. It depends if you want air, if you want a mixture of the two, if you want to spend hurricane money, or if you want to spend berserker money. There's so many to choose from that are actually really, really good, and there's not really much difference in quality of vape. Like, when it comes to cost thing, I think I can't remember the analogy that I heard someone use lately, but it was a case where kind of it's like with cameras, and I'm finding this a lot with cameras at the moment, that the initial jump from like a £50 digital camera that you'll get from Tesco's to a £600 DSLR is huge. It's a monstrous difference. But then between 600 quid and £1,000, that distance grows a lot kind of shorter, in as much as there's less benefits, but there is still some. And then like 1,000 to 2,000, there's even fewer, but it just does a damn good job. So yeah, Tank's one of those funny things where you can spend a fuck ton and get a really nice product, but you can get a really good vape from something that's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, I have some. For example, the Skyline RTA, I mean, really, just for what I've got there just now, the Skyline with polished Ultim and all the bits, I mean, that's not far off, and that's not far off £200 for that. And I have some RTAs that cost no more than £30 here, that the vape is not that far off the quality.
Gotcha.
Not far off.
Yeah. Yeah. So someone's mentioned, Warren's mentioned that the lock switch on the Pulse mod has a spring with a screw holding it together. Okay, cool. That's one of the things that we'll have to get tested. Obviously, I haven't broken it down yet, so I haven't had a look into it, but I will do that. And obviously, if there is a spring there, then my concern would then be if it's on that positive plate, will that degrade over time? So it's not going to be something that I'm going to rush out just to get a bunch of views for.
Yep. But have you used the Icon 220?
Icon 220, what's that?
I have no idea. It's Alan's asking if you've used it, if the batteries are tight. Have you heard of any problems with it?
No. I haven't. Not something I've played with.
Yeah, I've not heard it either. Trunkmeister's asking, have you seen any new 40mm plus RDAs?
I have not of late, but I'm sure that that Vaporgate may come out with something barking mad at some point in time. I think Yosh might be at Expo, and if he's going to be there, that's going to be awesome because the guy is just bonkers, and I can't wait to meet him. He's one of the few people I'm really excited about meeting.
And now is a good time to mention that not this weekend, but the weekend after, you shall be at the Vape Expo in Birmingham.
Absolutely, and I will be holding your hand. So if you do come to Expo, we look forward to seeing you. But also one of the things is that I should be doing a video in the near future about everything that I'm going to be taking, and part of that will be a review of the non-vaping. So I don't know how this is going to go down, but I'm going to do a quick review of the Zion Smooth Q gimbal that you attach your phone onto, and then you can get some really nice smooth shots. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I was supposed to get it before Vape Fest so I could try it out there. It didn't happen, so I will be taking it to Expo so we can see how that goes. And if there's anyone that wants to create some nice videos, whether it be for a channel or whether it be just because they like making nice videos, then hopefully I'll be able to give you some useful information. But I'll try and keep that reasonably quick because it's not vaping on a vaping channel.
Yeah. Mick's saying he's just rebuilt the Royal Hunter by COV. Still a great little atty. It was a really good little atomizer, the Royal Hunter.
Didn't it have a crazy annoying drip tip spitback guard thing in it? Was it that one?
Do you know, I can't remember. They had a mini one as well. I used it a wee bit. I quite liked it.
Yeah.
That's somebody. Raymond's asking, do I know where I can get hold of a Narda? You'll get hold of one second hand in some of the Facebook groups, or you can try and join the NARMods Facebook group.
Gotcha.
But you need 2 vouchers to get into it.
Oof. I don't really understand how the voucher system works. How does that go? Do you have to sort of speak to your mate Steve and say, can you and Dave just go on to that NARMods group and vouch me and say that they should let me in?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But you need 2 mates, so that's you fucked.
Fuck yeah. My other one, Mooch, is in chat now, so hello.
Yeah, right. I don't know where that came from. That was terrible. I take that back.
Kyle Roundtree says, Sodbury, thanks for all the fish. Now you see, now hitchhikers, I can get behind that one.
Really? So what's the meaning of life?
Oh, it's fucking 42. Hey, that's not bad for someone with fibro.
Finally, well done, that man. Oh, man.
Right, if there's any other questions coming in, just fill them up. I mean, this is going to be a crazy long show. This is 1 hour and 3/4 so far, so we must be doing a wrap up by now. Obviously, building the drop on top of the Pulse there took up a bunch of time, so hopefully that's useful for someone. This video is going to royally fuck my my viewing figures because no one's going to watch more than 10 minutes of it. But we'll see how we get on when we get through going through it. But in the meantime, there is also There you go. Look, Vaping V1CK. What are you two reviewing next? He just wants to get the jump on us, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's it. I see, but no, I'm not going to go there. I was going to wind him up again, but Jake Marshall has come in very quickly and said, "Your mum." Right, Miggy's been hammering this question away all night, and he's asking for advice on DNA devices. He wants to buy one. Do you have any advice?
For what? Sorry, which type of devices?
He wants to buy a DNA. Do you have any advice?
Depends what you like, what you want.
Yeah.
The DNA devices I'm really enjoying using. I really enjoy using the Lost Vape drone, but you won't be able to find them because I think they've stopped making them. So that's not helpful. The Paranormal 166. That's a bit sexy. Looks quite tasty and feels quite nice in the hand. And obviously the Therian BF is quite a decent little DNA 75. I like the DNA 75 because I can put my little logo on it and make it look pretty.
Yeah. First thing you want to do is determine how high a wattage you need to vape at, and take it from there.
And how many batteries you want.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, you can't go wrong with the DNA.
No, they're marvelous. Both DNA and Yeehee do brilliant boards, but have you seen Yeehee's mod with the spinners on it?
Yes, I got to hold it in my little hand.
Oh, did it feel as horrific as it looked?
It looks and feels crap. Utter crap. I would go as far to say it's shite.
Such a gimmick. Yeah. Right, Todd, are you going to Vapor Expo? Asks Tucson.
I believe I am. I'm just there as a backup in case the battery in Dean's trike dies, and I push him about for the rest of the weekend.
I'm going to tie a rope to the front of you and then whip you like a horse.
That sounds. Yeah.
But what day are you arriving there? You're arriving on the Friday, right?
I'm flying down from Edinburgh to Birmingham. I'll be there Friday morning for about 10 o'clock.
Cool.
Then obviously the limo will come round and pick you up, and I'll just walk round. Yeah. No, I'll be there first thing, and I'm there Saturday and Sunday. Great
stuff. So we'll be around. There's a couple of cool things that me and Mr. T have been talking about doing while we're there. So we'll have to see if anything like that comes across. But no, hopefully we should do some cool stuff on this one. I'm really looking forward to this expo because expos are always a great, real kind of social thing, but there's usually a lot there to look at. But there's also just stuff, you get to meet up with people and hang out with people and just have a hoot. Ryan Lynch, we met you at Expo in May at the hotel. Bought you a few Guinnesses. Do you remember I said I had respect for you then? Yes, thank you very much, Ryan. I do remember you and your good lady, I think it was, who had recently opened a vape shop. I think you said that you've managed to branch out and you've got another branch now as well. So it's great news. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much for your comment there, buddy. Am I getting the Berserker from Geezer Mods? I don't think so. I haven't had any chat with them. So, yeah, Mr. Paulson. Now then, I think we're probably drawing to a close now because this is horrifically long. So hopefully it's been entertaining for some of you. Hopefully you've had a good time. Now make sure that if you do want to support the channel, you do hit the paypal.me logo in the channel banner or in the description. There is that if you want to throw a couple of quid in my direction. But in the same thing, if you want to become a regular on Patreon, then you can go and support me on there as well. Support the channel on that bad boy, and then you'll get access to a few other bits and bobs. And I'm hopefully growing that as time goes on. But there's a lot of vape mails. There's a lot of kind of stuff going on there, so hopefully that will only increase. So thank you to everyone that does support me and support what I do. That's very much appreciated. As you could tell from that fibro video, it's quite challenging sometimes to do stuff, so the help and assistance to be able to continue to do what I love and hopefully you guys enjoy is I can't put a price on that. That's brilliant, so thank you. On top of that, there is the 4% shirt. Don't forget that one if you really do want one, just in case you've not, You didn't see it? Ah, no, I've closed it down. I'm not going to show it to you again. But go to the vapingbiker.co.uk website and click on the merch tab, and you can get all my merchandise on there. So everything from mugs, so you can have a coffee with me in the morning, or if you want to get the 4% VIP shirt or mug or bag. There we go. Boom. Is there anything you want to plug while we're finishing?
Well, I don't think I could follow that. I tell you, you're getting more like a presenter from QVC every week. That's fucking shocking. That's.
I need to write to Martin and ask if I can have a job.
Oh, I got an email from him the other week there.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Nice guy. Yep. There was Inkitatis was asking about the new, just to mention it, the Yeehee, the other one, the ML. They've got another new one.
Yeah, I've not seen anything about it, but
yeah, I got to see that as well, and it's quite sexy looking. The only problem I thought was it tapers down quite narrow at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it will be falling over a lot, I think.
Does it have a? Is that a single battery?
Yes, it is.
And will it have one of those ridiculous extension tubes like the old one had?
No, I don't think so. I think so. I hope not. I hope not. That was disgusting, wasn't it?
That was horrific. Right, and then final thoughts on the Bolt, the Drop, and the Pulse Squonk mod. Going well so far. I'm having quite a pleasant little time with this one. That's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with us. If you've watched the whole thing, you're a freaking trooper. So thank you so much. Now, who do you want to see a cloud off? Let's just put Dean or Todd. That'll finish up the thing. Todd hates doing them because he can't do them very well, so that's fine. But yeah, let us know who you want to see finish the evening. Thanks for the stream, says Vaping Biker. No, I've said that. Smoking Drummer, Dean, Todd, Dean. Oh, I'm winning. Todd, you're coming up. Oh, Dean, I'm winning. Todd, there's another one. Both. We can't put both on screen at the same time, I don't think. Oh, we're getting a few more come through for Todd. Todd's winning. Todd's coming through. Boom.
I think you should do the Have It Large because nobody can see it quite like you can.
I'll say it. You blow it. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very, very soon. Have it large.